I'm Brandon Easton. I'm a writer, I'm a screenwriter, and a graphic novel creator. I've been working in the industry for about 15, almost 20 years now, and now I'm working on Star Trek Year 5 for IDW. It's hard to describe because it's unprecedented. I've never had this experience of working for a graphic novel in a writer's room, but also for something that is so important to the Star Trek mythos and canon that I'm still processing these feelings. Every moment of every day, I'm processing these feelings. It is incredible to work with really talented people who know their Star Trek. No, most of the folks that I'm working with on this particular series, I've known of. A few I've met, informally here and there at conventions, but I never worked with any of these folks before. And it's been a great, like I said, the synergy in the room is amazing for a bunch of folks who, generally speaking, have not worked together before. We've come together very fast and gelled to tell a story about, the unheralded moments in Star Trek history. We want to get the readers, particularly long-term Star Trek fans, as well as new ones, to see how the original cast ended up as the people they were between the end of the TV show and the beginning of Star Trek One: The Motion Picture. There's a great deal of unexplored terrain there and territory that we're just starting to scratch the very beginning of the surface of. So, if anything, you're going to get a lot of gaps filled in for character dynamics, character evolution, and a lot of themes that you see pop up in Star Trek 1, 2, 3, and 4. A lot of that is going to get started here, and that's not ruining anything. Wow, I'm a child of the 1970s. I grew up watching Star Trek with my grandfather, who was a World War II veteran, and he fought in a segregated unit. So I always felt that science fiction for him was an escape toward things he wanted to see in the world. And we would always watch Star Trek together and all the science fiction from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. And at first, Star Trek for me was a great way to bond with my grandfather. But as I grew up and started to understand what it was actually saying, it transformed my way of thinking about storytelling and thinking about how you could affect change with humanity by telling stories about our future. And I think that led to my love of science fiction.